Resident Evil Requiem is one of the craziest horror games of 2026. Not only do you get to unleash badass fighting skills, you also get to experience some terrifying moments. Seem to be anything. Jesus fucking Christ. I just hit myself in the face with my mic. Ow. You also get to meet her.
Emily?
Holy fuck, kill it! I'll get to that in a minute. Now, you start the story off as this person called Grace. Grace can do a lot of things, but the one thing she can't do is string a fucking sentence together.
Sorry. I'm with the police.
To be fair, she did witness her mum getting absolutely murked by a machete, this being her first time witnessing the T-virus in action. You then get chased by this real creepy person called Victor Gideon, which leads to you getting abducted by him because he believes that you are the key to something. You then transition over to your boy, Leon. And you have to fight a few people that have been infected by Gideon as he skulks away with Grace on his back. You fly kick your way to victory, battling through all the enemies until you track down Gideon. Finish. Yes! Let's go. You get to experience some epic fight scenes, but also Leon's rugged good looks. Damn! You cut back to Grace, who's strapped to an inversion table, getting all of her blood sucked dry. Anyway, you break out of that shit and you try to escape, but you come across this weird ass looking grandma. You basically fiddly fart around with her for quite a while until Leon comes and saves your ass. Leon tries to figure out what the fuck is going on. In true Grace form, she can't answer a single damn thing. And then he does the dumbest thing ever and gives her his good gun. No!
You might need it. Now go. Get out of here.
Fuck would you give her your good gun? Give her the shit one. Idiot! You then get set into the classic Resident Evil campaign, traversing your way through the map, looting, killing enemies, and solving puzzles. But first, we're introduced to Emily.
Oh, God. Who's there? Is someone there?
Now let's be honest, what are you doing in that situation? A man's just died to your left. There's a cage that looks like it has something that's broken out. And then there's another cage that is holding a blind girl. You're running the fuck away. You start in the west wing of the building and you come across this woman that's actually singing. Shut up! Shortly after, you get to experience some real live porn. Yes, I'm not joking. Is that? What the fuck? You're trying to solve these puzzles that will give you keys to open the main door of the building. You work your way over to the east wing of the building, and if you thought the singing lady was bad, wait until you see this enemy. Fat! You get to the final puzzle to open the main door, but you notice something weird. Yep, you need the blind little girl to read the braille to solve the puzzle, instead of, I don't know, just Googling it on your fucking phone, Grace. Come on! Not to mention, why is the puzzle in braille anyway? Anyway, you go back and pick up Emily. Literally, you have to pick her up, and you make your way back to the puzzle so she can solve it. Once you solve the puzzle, the old grandma comes out of nowhere and steals Emily away. Instead of us doing the sensible thing, going back and just getting an axe and breaking down the main door, no, we follow after her. The story then transfers back to Leon. Let's go. You free yourself from Gideon and give him a bit of a touch-up on your way out. Then you come across another one of these fat fucks that you have to kill. So fat. You work your way out of the attic, chasing down Gideon once again. And now we're back to Grace. That was very short-lived, wasn't it? You work your way through the tunnels down below, trying to find these power cells so you can release Emily from her imprisonment. You have to deal with the grandma-looking enemy the entire time you're down there. At the same time, you're wondering, hang on a minute, why didn't this thing just kill Emily? That makes no sense at all. And then you realize, hang on a minute, there was another cage next to Emily's. You find all the power cells and you release Emily, rescuing her from her once childhood friend, the grandma.
Let's play. What the fuck?
You put your final piece of the puzzle in the door, escaping from the building with Emily. You come across a helicopter that definitely won't crash, but first you have to find the keys. And of course, they're never with the helicopter, they're always somewhere else. It's never fucking easy. You make your way down this facility and you eventually find the helicopter keys, and then you come across Gideon, who sounds like he just discovered fire.
I've done it.
You make your way back up the facility, fighting your way through a river of blood, literally, and get back to the helicopter. It takes 4 million years to take off, and that time, zombies have climbed on the helicopter, and you can pretty much see where this is going. They end up crashing just shy of a church. Pilot is killed, and Emily's injured in the process. Grace grabs Emily and she works her way to the church. You switch to Leon. It's his job to protect Grace as she tries to get into the building.
Next.
You're all free and clear, love. Once she's in the building, you jump down there as Leon and then you protect her again. Instead of her sitting tight and just watching Leon kill everything like a badass, she's been told to go on. After killing all the enemies, Leon's now tasked with catching up with Grace. But just before we get going, we get to look at an amazing smolder.
The smolder, do you have control of that, or does that just happen naturally?
It just happens naturally.
Back to Grace trying to escape the circumstances we're in. We're trying to open the roof of the building, however it doesn't have enough power. Classic. And it's our job to restore it. And of course, at that exact time, who do you think rocks up? The Grandma's back. Except this time, this bitch is dead. Once we get the door open, we go back in to check on Emily. But unfortunately, she has passed. In about 5 seconds, the innocent little girl we all knew turns into this. Leon rocks up and kills the shit out of it. Grace falls to her knees and distraught after this incredible bond she formed with Emily over the last 30 minutes they were together, and decides to give up all hope and do that thing that you see in movies where the person walks away really sad. And then she ends up going and joining Gideon and this knockoff Wesker. We also get to see the deteriorating state that Leon's in due to his infection. And we're now driving the story with Leon as he decides to track down Grace. We get to go back to where it all started. Raccoon City. Working your way there, you eventually encounter this disgusting enemy. This enemy wasn't really explained either. Was it infected by the T-virus, which is why it's so massive and can shoot spiders out of its asshole? It's spewing shit out of its ass at me. Someone tell me. Anyway, you kill that thing and you keep moving on. And now it's time to play looting and killing simulator with Leon. You scramble together parts to make this bomb so you can blow up this gate and ride your way to the center of Raccoon City. Gideon and Timu Wesker know that you're coming and try everything they can to stop you before you can get to RPD. You'd pull off some banging Fast and Furious shit on your way there. Alright. I'm about to start playing Fast and Furious. Then you eventually arrive at RPD. You look around RPD reminiscing about the old days. Eventually you stumble across Grace and Fuckface, and it's revealed why he wants Grace to come with him.
You can unlock Elpis at Ark.
What is Elpis?
That's a good fucking question. Discount Wesker, or Zeno, believes Elpis to be an entity of power that he can harness. Grace is the key to the entire thing. You also learn that there are hundreds of children like Emily. You get to experience a weird flashback where most of them are bald and have red eyes and they're trying to kill everything? What the fuck is going on? I will say this scene was pretty funny though. Oh my god. You're led to believe that all these children are recreations of Grace, Spencer's key, but they all showed symptoms of the T-virus. Grace then has a panic attack and passes out, and Leon steps in. All of a sudden, Big Zeno's in a rush to get out of here, so he calls in the big guns. You spend a while as Leon just trying to escape from the torrent, and then you eventually just face it and go, I'm gonna kill the shit out of this thing. And you do. Take that one. Bitch. Yeah, and that, and that. That's right. Then press on, making your way to Ark to save Grace. After propelling ourselves further into the bowels of the city, we find ourselves having to do a bit of gardening, which thus reveals the doorway to Ark. After entering the facility, you try and find where Grace and Zeno are. Then you're accompanied by some agents that want you dead. You gotta do what you gotta do and kill every one of those motherfuckers. And then you have to battle this guy called the Commando. It's basically a hand-to-hand fight where parrying is your best ability. I'm not gonna lie, I died quite a few times during this freaking fight. Leon eventually catches up to Grace and Zeno with his sole intention as to destroy Elpis. Zeno makes Leon look like a chump and almost kills him. But big dog Grace steps in.
Oh, wait!
Leon and Grace end up escaping from Zeno, only to realize that they need to get back up there to deal with Elpis. Idiots! Land down this garbage pit where you see Leon is really on his last legs.
Leon. Leon!
Shit, man, you good? You both split up trying to work your way back up to Elpis. And on the way playing as Grace, you end up coming across some important files about Spencer and yourself. Grace learns that in fact she's not a clone and that she is an orphan. Then she notices Leon on the camera is absolutely cooked and needs to go and help him. Both of them make it back to Elpis and Zeno's basically just tugging himself right there waiting. And here it is, the big moment that comes down to the player themselves. Will you listen to Leon and destroy Elpis, or go with your own gut feeling and release Elpis? So obviously you get two different endings here. If you choose to destroy Elpis, Leon gets absolutely obliterated.
At least I could save you.
Oh shit. However, if you choose to release Elpis, Zeno ends up stitching himself up. Because he's a fuckhead. That's right, Elpis is a cure, not a performance-enhancing drug. Zeno cures himself, Gideon shows up out of nowhere, God knows how, and decapitates the shit out of him. Grace takes 4 million years to give the cure to Leon, which she finally does, and then Leon battles Gideon. It's a fun little fight segment in which you find out that Gideon is in fact a nemesis. You kill him and then you two lose hope, doomed to be caved in by the surrounding rubble. Just kidding. You both make it out alive thanks to Chris Redfield's team. And then Leon says this.
I wish we could have saved Emily.
Grace, I didn't hit any of her vitals. She could still be alive.
That's a whole lot of bullshit. I remember that fight, and I shot her in the chest where her pulsating heart was, and in her stupid face. She's dead. Also, Emily's a bit privileged, isn't she? What about all the other people that infected? And what about her childhood friend? The grandma. Come on, Grace, you bitch. Anyway, the point is I was right. Emily is the villain all the way through the story. Kill her. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like and subscribe down below. I personally quite enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty fun. However, I wouldn't say it was worth $100. I think that's a bit insane for just a campaign-based movie. But also comment down below what you think, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya, bitch!